topic is job skill mapping for data science. So basically, we'll be understanding all the different skills that are related to all the different profiles available under data science and see how they map to different required qualifications in actual job descriptions. Right? So guys, before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our future updates. So now let's look at the agenda for today's session. So guys, first we'll see a data science overview, we'll understand what data science is, and then we'll move on to see what are the different profiles that are available under data science. And then we'll talk about the skills, salary, and the job descriptions for all those different profiles. And finally, we'll conclude by seeing any further learning paths for these profiles. So let's get started. So data science overview. So what is data science? So guys, data science is basically, it's a multidisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms and systems to extract knowledge and insights from both structured and unstructured data. So we know that in today's world we have so much data being coming in, like the amount of data is in zettabytes. It's like you don't even know what zettabytes is. It's like such large amounts of data coming in, and you have data in every small thing, your system, yourself, you have metadata, transaction data, so many different kinds of data, and you need to study these data to make processes more efficient. So that's what multinational corporations do. And normal companies also do. They take this data from the different facets of their company, and then they measure that data, they evaluate that data so that they can make the processes, the business processes that they have more efficient and increase their profits. So that's what data science is. It's a field that helps us to study data. So data science basically comprises of scientific methods and models and algorithms that uses all of these three in conjunction to evaluate and analyze data to get meaningful insights and patterns. So that's what data science is. Okay guys, now let's look at the different data science profiles that are available for us. So we have the data analyst profile, where a person is analyzing the data that is coming in using different methods. Then you have a data scientist. Now people normally confuse both of these roles because they are kind of similar. They have a lot of similarities. They overlap in all the different skills you might need for a data analyst and data scientist. But there are minor differences from which you can differentiate a data analyst from a data scientist. So let's talk about them. So data scientist basically explores and examines data from multiple disconnected sources, whereas a data analyst usually looks at data from a single source like a CRM system. A data analyst will solve questions given by the business, while a data scientist will formulate questions whose solutions are likely to benefit the business. Now, in many scenarios, data analysts are not expected to have a hands-on machine learning experience or build statistical models, but the core responsibility of data scientists is to build statistical models and be well versed with machine learning. And most data scientists and analysts get productive on their projects by having access to ready-to-use libraries or sample solved codes. So guys, in basic, like a data scientist is like a more advanced version, not exactly, but data analyst is not as advanced as data scientist. Just for a clear differentiation. Then you have an AI/ML engineer, who's working on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So these engineers basically use AI and ML algorithms to create better models, predictive and analysis models, so that you make amazing recommendation systems. So they basically help in creating software based on AI and ML. Then you have data architect and data engineer. Now again, these two roles are a bit similar. Like your data engineer and data architect perform some of the same roles. So let's just talk about them. So both of these roles kind of actually work in tandem. So data architects are basically people who in simpler words, put order in data chaos. Without this, enormous piles of business data are useless. Data architects design the blueprint for organizational data management. Each data science team requires a data architect to visualize, design, prepare data in a framework that can be utilized by the data scientists and the engineers as well as the analysts. Now, very often these experts have academic degrees in computer discipline and years of systems and application development work and deep knowledge about information management. Now, on the other hand, we have data engineers. They assist the data architects to build the working frameworks for data search and retrieval. So, data architects basically design the whole architect, and engineers basically help them to create that. Now, so basically once they create the framework data search and retrieval, both scientists and analysts can use this work for later purposes. Now, in most cases, these highly specialized engineers are responsible for building and testing maintainable enterprise data architecture. So data engineers then again go ahead and maintain whatever the data architects create. So somewhat how their names describe. So data architects design the whole data management architect systems, and data engineers basically manage them and make sure that they're working efficiently as much as possible. So guys, these are the different data science profiles: data analyst, data scientist, EI, ML engineer, data architect, and data engineer. So now let's talk about all the different skills that each of these profiles have and how they map to real world job descriptions. So a data analyst, so we have a lot of different skills for him. So we have math fundamentals, we have critical thinking, excellent communication skills, analysis and tech fundamentals, knowing Tableau, SQL, Python, business knowledge, and presentation skills. Now, since a data analyst, as we have seen before, works on very specific kinds of data, they still need to know the basics and fundamentals of data science. That is math fundamentals. So you need to know basic math and statistics to work as a data analyst. And again, you need critical thinking, excellent communication skills to communicate any ideas, any business decision-making ideas, and you need to know all these different tools like SQL, Tableau. You need to know how to work with the database and Python, obviously. And then some sort of business knowledge is always important. And then presentation skills to again present the ideas that you have. So guys, these are the different skills of a data analyst. Now let's see how they map to real-world job description. So we have a job description from Amazon for the same position, that is data analyst. And as you can see in basic qualifications, we have bachelor's degree in computer science, engineering, or in math or related discipline, and then minimum 2 years of experience. And then you need to be highly proficient in Microsoft Office and Windows-based applications, and you'll be working with Excel because Excel is a very good data analytics tool, and you will also be working with PowerPoint to make presentations, so you need to know that. So then you have SQL knowledge and hands-on experience, which is a must. So as you can see, they map to the skills that a data analyst has. You need to know how to present, you need to know how to work with the database, and you need to know how to work with SQL. And demonstrated analytical ability, results-oriented environment with external customer interaction. So again, you need critical thinking. Since you'll be working with the customer, you need to get results fast based on the critical thinking that you are doing. Excellent written and verbal communication and presentation skills, and the ability to express thoughts logically and succinctly. So again, you need to be very good in communication. You need to communicate ideas, exchange ideas, talk about job description from Amazon, so that there are no miscommunications, misunderstandings. They normally lead to loss in profit. Then you need to have entrepreneurial drive, demonstrate ability to achieve stretch goals. Now this is a bit generic one. And preferred qualification, you can see experience with e-commerce, and then understanding of data warehousing, which is a plus again here. And then advanced SQL skills, fluent in R, Python, advanced Microsoft Office skills, particularly Excel and Table platform. So here you guys can see how the skills map to a real world job description, especially with a big company like Amazon, and how it can be very useful. So now let's look at the salaries and jobs. So as you can see, for a junior data analyst, you are earning around $56,000 in America, and in India you're starting with 4 lakhs per annum. So guys, remember, these starting salaries, they will always depend on your skills and how much you can prove to your employer that you can perform and give them value, and based on that your salary will definitely increase. And for a senior data analyst, you can see like the figure goes close to a 6-figure salary. Now again, this is an average figure, so it's $93,000, but a lot of data analysts do get above that amount also. And obviously with the number of years being tacked on to your experience, your salary will obviously increase. Even in India, you have 10 lakhs per annum, but as you become more experienced, you get more and more salary. You might even go to 50 lakhs per annum. So guys, this is the salary for your data analyst. So now let's look at data scientists. Now we have a similar set of skills for data scientists also. So let's see. You have math fundamentals, you need to know statistics, you need to know about data processing and mining, excellent communication skills, tech fundamentals, and here a data scientist might also need to know how to use Hadoop for better data processing and risk analysis. So as we saw that data scientist is a bit different from data analyst, because data scientists kind of comes up with problems and comes up with the solutions to those problems. So they perform risk analysis also. Like if there's a problem in the business method or in the business process, they try to come up with a solution for it using their skill set. So now let's see how these different skills map to a actual job description. So we have Capgemini here, which is a very big multinational corporation, and they have a job description for a data scientist role. So you need to know 2 to 4 years of experience. You need a bachelor's or a master's, 3 to 6 years of experience as a data scientist, building complex ML models. Again, as a data scientist, you need to know machine learning also, and delivering key business insights. So again, you will be helping the company in whatever company you've been assigned to, as whatever company is the client. You need to help them get insights in their data. You need to come up with those ideas and metrics for financial and product organizations. Strong experience in statistical modeling and very strong grasp of statistical concepts. So again, statistics is very important for a data scientist. You need to be comfortable with the world numbers, models, and algorithms, and understand how to apply predictive and machine learning techniques like logistic regression, random forest, GBM, neural nets, SVM, etc. when they are required. Experience in working with large data sets with big data processing tools like MapReduce, Spark, Hive, Hadoop, etc. So, and you need to have good SQL skills also, with the knowledge and experience in working in RDBMS, that is relational database systems, and closely work with business team to understand analytical products being used and ask and identify opportunities to redesign using scalable open source data. So you're supposed to basically find solutions for big problems, and with the set of skills you have, and you need to work with large data sets to investigate key business trends and behaviors and metrics. So basically, you're supposed to increase the whole business's value by giving good insights and helping improve and help make better decisions. So this is how you would map all those skills. This is how the skills are mapped to a real life job description. Then you have the salary of a data scientist. As you can see, the salary of a data scientist is a bit higher. Actually, it's more higher than a data analyst. So a junior data scientist will be earning around $85,000 on average in America, and in India, the starting salary will be 7 lakhs per annum. For a senior data scientist, you will be earning 6 figures. You will be earning $125,000 on the average, and even more if your value is way more. And in India, you start with 18 lakhs per annum, but as the years stack on and the experience stacks on, you will earn way more, 35 to 50 lakhs per annum, easy. Okay, so now we have AI/ML engineer, that is your artificial intelligence or machine learning engineer. So these engineers basically concentrate on the machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence that they have to create. Basically, they're going to be creating software. So let's look at the data skill sets that they need. So you need to know, again, machine learning algorithms and libraries. You need to know statistics again. And here you need to know probability also. If you're not strong in that, make sure you're strong in probability. And again, excellent communication skills. This is there for every role. And you need to know things like TensorFlow and scikit-learn. And again, neural networks is important because you're working in the domain of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So all these different skill sets are important. So now let's look at a job description from Apple. So as you can see here, you need academic and industry experience in machine learning or similar experience, familiarity with ML tools like Caffe, PyTorch, TensorFlow, scikit-learn, NLTK, advanced knowledge of at least one programming language. So you will need to know one coding language in any of these roles. And it's always preferred to know Python because Python is one of the most used language in the data science field. So yeah, so Python is again important. Ability to quickly prototype new ideas and use creative approaches to solve complex problems. That is again, critical thinking that you need. Ability to collaborate closely across functional teams. For that you need to require very good communication skills. And you need to have a strong background in 3M machine learning. Again, guys, as you can see how in machine learning you need all of these different things to get that job and work as a machine learning or AI specialist. So guys, this is how the skills map to a real world job description. Now let's look at the salary. So as a junior AI/ML engineer, you'll be earning about $75,000, and in India you'll be earning around 6 to 12 lakhs per annum. But as a senior AI/ML engineer, you can see the big rise over here. On an average, you'll be earning $150,000 in America, whereas in India you'll be earning on average 35 to 50 lakhs per annum. And this is again with experience, and you need to be a senior. So as you can see, it's a very good opportunity here. You'll be earning a lot of money by the end of your career or in the middle of your career itself. Then we come to data architect. So now let's look at the different skill sets for a data architect. So we have database structure principles. You need to know analyzing system requirements, data mining and segmentation technologies, excellent communication skills again, MS Excel and data visualizations. Okay, MS Excel and data visualizations, they kind of overlap with all the different roles. All the different roles do require some form of these skill sets. So we have a job description for a company from a carrier. So this is what they require. You need to know IT concepts, strategies, and data architecture methodologies. Again, if you want to create the pipeline for the data architecture, then you need to know the IT concepts and strategies, so you can in conjunction you can create those data architectures in conjunction with the IT environment. Then you need to have experience in data quality and metadata management, data discovery, reporting, analytics. Then data requirements and design challenges associated with delivering data for reporting, management, regulatory, and cross-sell. Experience with designing data flow, which is again important because it's a part of data architecture where you're designing how the data will flow in an enterprise from an end-to-end in an end-to-end data system landscape. And experience with developing data sourcing approaches, data query and analysis to meet business needs. So you need to create an efficient system where you can collect the data and query that data. And then experience with MDM tools like Informatica, which is used for data analytics, and ERP implementations like you have SAP and you have Hyperion, Data Lake, Big Data, and Cloud, and how you will use these services in conjunction with your data pipeline. Ability to break down complex problems, again this is part of critical thinking. Ability to influence across all levels of organization and to partner effectively with cross-functional team, again excellent communication skills. And if you have in-depth knowledge of AWS and data platform technologies in AWS, so again you're using a lot of data and analytical services that are available on AWS, so you need to know them also. And some experience with APIs, RESTful services. So it's kind of like DevOps of software development. You have DevOps and software development. You have data architect in data science. You're creating the whole pipeline. You're designing everything so that all the other people like your data scientists, data analysts can use these different pipelines to perform the actual analysis. Okay guys, and now let's look at the salaries. As you can see, the salary trends are similar to an AI/ML engineer. As you can see, junior data architect earns around $87,000 in America, and in India you're earning around 8 to 10 lakhs per annum. And a senior data architect will be earning around $146,000. It's a very big six-figure salary figure. And in India, you'll be earning around 15 to 20 lakhs per annum, which will again increase based on the experience you have. Okay, so now let's talk about data engineer. So this is the final role we'll be talking about. So let's see the different skill sets. You need to know in-depth knowledge of SQL and DB solutions, data warehousing and ETL tools, Hadoop-based analytics, excellent communication skills, and operating systems. Since you'll be managing all the architecture that has been created by the data architect, you need to know all the how the operating system works, so that if there is an issue there, you can resolve that issue. Then you need to know about data warehousing and ETL tools and any Hadoop-based analytics that there might be. So now let's see how these skills map to a real world job description. So we have Amazon again. Amazon has a job, job listing for data engineer, and let's go through the basic qualifications. You need bachelor's degree, 3+ years of experience in this particular field, and demonstrated strength in data modeling, ETL development, and data warehousing. Experience in big data technologies such as Spark, Hive, knowledge of data management fundamentals and data storage principles. Experience working with AWS big data technologies like Redshift, S3, and EMR. Proven success in communicating with others. Experience providing technical leadership, mentoring other engineers for best practices on data engineering, familiarity with statistical models and data mining algorithms. So as you can see, a lot of these skill sets are being applied here. You have your ETL development, you have data warehousing, you have excellent communication skills, and you need to know a bit about the cloud technologies that are being used with AWS like Redshift, S3, and EMR. Alright, so guys, these are all the different basic qualifications that get mapped to a skills of a data engineer. Now let's look at the salary. So as a junior data engineer, you'll be earning around $73,000, and in India you'll be earning around 4 to 10 lakhs per annum. But as a senior data engineer, you'll be earning a lot of money, $124,000. And in America and in India, you'll be earning 15 to 30 lakhs per annum. Again, all of these salaries will depend on the skill sets you have and how well you can convince your employer. So if you can convince them that you're worth this much and you can give this much worth to the company, they will definitely pay you much higher. Okay guys, in conclusion, you can see that there are many different roles under the umbrella of data science, and all these different roles have different set of skills that actually map to real world job descriptions. That these skills are very important for any of these roles. You need to know them And as you can see with those real world job descriptions, you do need them to actually get that job you want. Okay guys, now let's see the learning path, any further learning paths. So again guys, the resources that you can use are at your fingertips. Use Google, use YouTube, you check out our website intellipaat.com. We have a lot of blogs and we have a YouTube channel also, that's why you're watching this. You can go ahead and check out any topics based on this. We have a data science tutorial with as it's an 11-hour tutorial. You can strengthen your fundamentals by watching that video. But if you want to get into the course, if you want to get a course on any of these different fields, you can just go to intellipaat.com and you can type in data science if I do, or data analytics. I misspelled it. Science, yeah, data science. You can see all the different courses we have: data science architect master course, data science course online training. We have a lot of different courses that will help you become better, upskill yourself, and get that job you always wanted, that dream job. And guys, if you want a free course of a sample of what we do teach, then go ahead to intellipaat.com/academy, where we are giving out a lot of courses for free right now. These courses are part of the original courses and they will help you get a better understanding and strengthen your fundamentals. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I'll leave you guys with this coupon code to help you guys out. If you want to get our courses, you get a flat 30% off by using the YouTube coupon code, that is YouTube30. Thank you so much for watching.